like 8 o'clock at night too.
Yeah.
Oh boy,
That was rough.
Yeah.
no wonder you're tired. Is Richard coming? Right? Hi.
Thought he was.
I mean, he comes in, like, squeaks in.
Mm-hmm. He's got a minute and 30 seconds on my watch. It's plenty
Oh,
of
you
time.
did you steal the pen? I was
I
gonna
did.
get you like a purple.
I borrowed it
Yeah. You put it back each time?
most of the time.
Okay, good.
Well, it being 5 o'clock, I call the select board meeting to order. Are there any changes or additions to the agenda?
Yeah, there's a few things that was missing from the original agenda that was posted. We've got a few things under new business. The first being the Town of Sandwich versus Town of Tamworth consent decree that we're going to review with, oh my gosh, Mr. King. Also the tree cut between the town land and the Aspinall property. And in the signature file, we have an intent to cut for map 407, lot 103. And we have an abatement and supplemental bills for map 216, lot 253, map 216, lot 268, and map 208, lot 34. That's it.
Moving on, I make a motion to go into non-public under RSA 91-A:3 to A, Session 1, RSA 91-A:3 to B, Session 2, and RSA 91-A:3 to B, Session 3
Second.
at 5:01 p.m. Roll call vote.
Barry, yes. Schaefer, yes.
I just, yes.
Roberts, yes. 4 yes, 0 no. We are now in non-public at 5:02 p.m.
Meeting is starting.
Okay.
Well, how are you?
Richard, were you supposed to be on the agenda?
Yeah.
Oh.
Should I leave?
No, you can.
Change to the agenda.
Yeah, that's I didn't.
Oh,
I
that's
didn't
right,
realize
because she sent out the new
Yeah, new schedule.
that. Okay.
schedule.
All right, my apologies.
Yeah.
Can we have Richard go first then?
Sure. Yep. I gotta come out of non-public
yeah.
first.
Hold on.
I'm.
Just start the video. We're good.
I make a motion to come out of non-public at 6:07 p.m.
Second.
Roll call vote.
Did you say yes?
Barry, yes. Schaefer, yes.
Fred's yes.
Roberts, yes. We are now in non-public. Minutes are not sealed. Moving on to new business. Richard.
Changes to the agenda.
Oh, we already did.
We didn't mention what the
Oh.
changes were.
Okay.
So we'll add a department update from the highway department and add a non-public at the end. RSA 91A:32C at the end.
Richard.
Good. Yeah, everything's doing good. We been pretty busy the last 2 or 3 weeks, more than anything, from all the trees that came down during the storms. It's pretty amazing how many we had come down, and well, as everybody knows, a lot of trees and a lot of wires, and we got that pretty well cleaned up now as of yesterday, and so we're doing the regular maintenance now. We got a lot of roadside cutting I'd like to do while we don't have a lot of snow. Get that taken care of, and Coleman has been hauling us over a little bit of sand when they can, adding to the pile because they're over there screening. So it's a pretty good deal for the town and for everybody. They're very reasonable in the rate they charge. And yeah, other than that, everything's going pretty good. All the equipment's going pretty good. Other than that, I don't have a lot to say. I think we're in pretty good shape. I mean, the end of year budget is looking pretty good. I think we're going to be good.
Okay.
Even though we, it's a little frustrating for me that it doesn't look like we're going to get any FEMA money, and that was $100,000 out of the budget. And I don't think we're going to get it. I don't think any
So
of the
the whole
towns are going to
state
get
was
it.
just didn't
Well,
meet the threshold?
for the first one, the one at the end of April, 1st of May, they didn't recognize it. I don't think so, unless it's changed. The last one, they're not gonna. That was the only one that we really had anything to do with. Which is, but it's all right. I figured it out, and we'll be okay.
Yeah.
But just want to put that out there. The budget's still going to be pretty good. I don't think we're going to go over. I don't think we will. But
But did you have to push off projects because we didn't have that 100,000?
yeah, I did.
Yeah.
Yeah. But that's okay. I don't. We just have to figure that part of it out. And next year I think we'll be okay.
Yeah. Lakes Region Planning Commission this week, one thing that was on the agenda was talking about, and I'm gonna forget the acronym, but it's like your road maintenance schedule
Yeah.
for improvements and paving, and so this year we're doing this year we're doing this, that kind of thing. Do you factor culverts into that too?
Oh, yeah.
Like culverts and drains?
Yes.
So like 5 years from now, these culverts are on your list, kind of thing. Is it planned out like that?
It is, and we know the ones that need to be replaced. I'd say we have there's over 400 culverts in town,
Yeah.
and we replace a lot of them. And we still got we got a few to go, but we're in pretty good shape that way. And the drainage is ongoing.
Yeah.
We've done a lot of that over the last 8 or 10 years, a lot of it. And we got, we've taken care of, my feeling, probably 70% of the worst places
Oh, good.
that I feel that were real bad. We still got one on Peace Hill Road that we gotta do next year, and the mountain road's in pretty good shape up there, and the big one is now for me is on Peace Hill Road. There's about 600 feet there that we need to take care of because it's real. During the spring of the year, it's 1 car wide for a month. It's just so wet, and it needs some under drain to get rid of that water and get it down the hill.
Yeah.
But yeah,
Okay.
Any questions for Richard?
Not right at the moment.
okay,
Things look good.
Do you have enough people for plowing that you need?
yeah. Not really. No, I'm okay. It's okay. No,
Okay.
it's all right. It's all good. As you know, I added a little extra money to my part-time budget this year, and it was because of that. Just to get some extra people to come on and help out, and a couple people stepped forward, so we'll be okay.
How do you find them?
Honestly, it's people that they approach me and they say they want to help out, but they're not committed to every storm.
Huh?
So that's why you have to have certain people who come in, and I'm very lucky to have people that will come in that I feel comfortable putting in a truck and that will help out. Very lucky that way, because I know, as you all know, what everybody's up against with that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Very lucky that way.
Do they need a CDLA to do that?
CDLB for us with the air. Yeah.
Any other questions for Richard? Do you have any questions for us or anything else?
No, I don't. It's all good. And thank you guys for your support, and the budget season went well. I think.
Yeah, thanks
I
for all
think
your work
we-
on
I think we
that.
all did a good job on that.
Yeah,
We shouldn't have any more snow to push back after Monday. No rain.
I'd take another foot of snow.
Yeah.
I would at this point.
Yeah.
But the rain's not helping anybody.
No.
But
Making a mess.
because we know it's coming, the cold weather, and we need the snow.
Yep.
But,
All right.
Thanks, Richard.
all right.
Thank
you.
you.
Thanks for your
folks.
time.
Have a good night.
You too.
Enjoy. Have a good night.
New business, Town of Sandwich versus Town of Tamworth consent decree, Sandwich preambulation.
So I think Paul was gonna say
Paul.
something before we talk about.
I'd be glad to, although Amy said she's been here for over an hour and she's got a very quick
I
thing.
misunderstood
Okay.
the agenda, I saw my name up close to the beginning, and my thing's gonna take like maybe 3 minutes.
Yeah, we can
Okay.
definitely.
Is that okay?
Yep, no, we can do that.
I apologize, I just, I didn't realize. So I'm here to request your signature on a certificate of honorary citizenship for Dudley Loftman. Does anybody want me to explain that?
Yes.
Yes.
Okay, so Dudley Loftman is a New Hampshire dance caller and musician. He's been calling dances since he was 17. He's going to be 93 in February.
Wow.
So Tamworth has a long-standing tradition of contra dances. Starting in 1935, the Outing Club has been sponsoring dances, hosting them continually since 1935. It's the second oldest dance in the state of New Hampshire. So we have this long tradition. Back in the mid-60s, Helen Steele and Dana Steele went to a dance somewhere that Dudley was calling, and they invited him to come to Tamworth in 1965. He's been coming here ever since, every single year. This is a guy who has national recognition. He's a Smithsonian Folklife Fellow. He's known all over the country And every single New Year's Eve, he comes to Tamworth. He comes other times during the year, he calls dances. He has given, in continuity of our cultural heritage, mentoring young musicians, young callers, dancers, bringing a lot of people a lot of joy for almost 50 years.
Wow.
And so I asked Keats about it. Honorary citizenship is completely symbolic. She checked with the lawyer. It doesn't impart any privileges other than, it's kind of like giving someone the keys to the city. And so at the New Year's dance coming up, Eric Rolnick from Conway, he's another caller who shares the calling duties with Dudley at the New Year's dance, and he said to me, you know, Dudley's getting up there. I really think we should do something to recognize him. So Eric's writing a special dance. He's writing a new dance that he's going to call in Dudley's honor. And I started thinking, what could we do? You know, get him a bottle of booze from the distillery? I mean, I didn't know. And then I just thought he would appreciate this. So I have some certificates. Katie Thompson has agreed to do a decorative border of drawings of dancers. And so if you'd be willing to sign those, I have them here.
I'd say absolutely, that
Cool.
sounds great. We need, I mean,
Do you want a motion or?
make a motion to make it official. I make a motion that we confer honorary citizenship for Dudley Loftman in recognition of his nearly
Yeah,
50 years of glorious service to Tamworth.
I can read the certificate if you want for the
I
record.
don't, you can, but we don't need it for the motion, I don't think.
No, okay.
So we need a second for the motion.
Second.
Roll call vote, sorry.
You said yes?
Barry, yes. Schaefer, yes.
Prentice, yes.
Roberts, yes. 5 yes, 0 no.
Okay.
Now you can read it, yeah.
So it says, it's got the seal, the logo, not the seal, because the seal would be legal, this is not legal. Know all present that in recognition and appreciation of his long-standing dedication to our town's traditional dance and music cultural heritage, we hereby proclaim Dudley Loftman honorary citizen of Tamworth, New Hampshire, presented on this New Year's Eve, December 31st, 2023, at the Tamworth Townhouse, hereby approved by the Tamworth Select Board.
That sounds great.
Nice.
So you'll see some little pencil marks. So if you would just stay, this is where the frame goes. So if you
Stay
just
inside the
kind of
pencil.
stay right under here,
Right.
and if we could get a couple of them signed. I mean, I have 3, but I don't want to take up any more of your time. So, the outing club wants to keep a copy.
Oh, nice.
Yeah. So maybe if we do that one. Yeah, maybe it's
Just-
use the same pen.
Yeah.
You gonna pass the pen down?
Yeah.
Yeah,
Okay.
then it'll be the same pen.
Yeah.
These one here.
See the little marks there?
Yeah.
Yeah, the little
Don't
pencil
sneak.
marks.
My neck.
I really appreciate it. He's gonna be pretty thrilled. He's such a huge fan of Tamworth. I have no idea why. He lives in Canterbury. And he comes up, now he has someone driving, because
Oh, wow.
he's not driving so much, but he's still calling. I played at a dance with him last week in Wilboro, and he knows every dance, every tune by heart. I mean,
Wow.
the guy's like an encyclopedia. He's awesome.
Calling a dance.
So you line people up like the Virginia Reel, a square dance, whatever, and then you tell the people while the music is going, you call the dance.
Oh, okay.
You
So,
gotta get out.
yeah. New Year's Eve,
Not that
Think
I
about,
go.
think about
7:30.
square dancing,
square
but
dancing.
it's like a different,
Yeah.
but it's the same concept of,
Well, he calls square dances.
Oh, does he
calls
too?
circles, lines, squares. There's a couple dances. Yeah.
No.
that goes back
Anyway.
to.
Thank you. You could beat guys.
Oh, that was yours, yeah. What a nice idea, Amy.
Yeah.
But they'd be old.
And that is what I was waiting from the 5 o'clock.
Oh, yeah.
Wow. Sorry for
Yeah,
the
whenever
wait.
you see non-publics at the beginning, it could be quick, or it could be.
I had no idea.
Whatever,
I
yeah.
don't come many, but I appreciate what you guys do.
I'm
Thank
sorry,
Yeah.
Amy.
Thanks
I
for
wish
waiting.
I wish I had told you.
Yeah. We should probably make a little speech in the hall before then.
I almost called and then I saw my name right up at the top. I
Ah.
thought, great, I better be on
Look at you.
time.
I made copies too for you.
Oh, yeah, we
I
got
think I
one.
have extra.
Well, mine are different.
Oh, yours
Oh,
is
they
different?
are?
Oh, okay.
Oh, well, good. I'm glad you made
Oh, pink special, I like it. Thank you.
Carl's dad actually used to call dances.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Starting 1935.
Yep. See ya.
See ya.
Have a good night.
All right, this is a topic which I'm sure you're ultra sick of. But it's come down but there's some, the lawyers, I guess working for Sandwich has come up with some wording and it's not quite right. So I would encourage you not to sign it, and I can sort of briefly explain. So this is the little triangle in question, and the attorney has written it up so that the Sandwich line will come down like this now, Tamworth over here, Sandwich over here, but he's having the Moultonborough line jump from the existing Tamworth Moultonborough corner over to the new point, and then going along the Moultonborough line that way, which leaves a 300-foot gap there.
Of no, like, just nobody's?
Um,
What's that 300-foot gap gonna be? Sandwich?
uh,
Does it move it over to be Sandwich?
No,
It just
what
moves
he's
them
doing
over
is
to
he's
Moultonborough.
moving the Moultonborough line up, so
Yeah.
it'll have a faint angle point here, and Tamworth will lose some more land to Moultonborough.
Oh, I see.
Yeah, the angle changes.
But Tamworth and Moultonborough have always been on the same wavelength forever and ever, including, I don't know, it was maybe like 5 years ago, Tamworth and Moultonborough did a perambulation, and everything's hunky-dory.
Yeah.
So,
So this is your recommendation?
this is my recommendation. I apologize that I hand wrote it. My computer's up getting repaired.
Yep.
But I would suggest that you simply type it up and probably check my grammar too, since I don't have my computer. I couldn't use Grammarly. And send it back with those suggestions.
So
And-
would this text be added to the end of the existing text?
Or does that get
No,
inserted in the
it goes
cross off?
right in there where I
Where you
have done.
crossed it out?
No.
I see, it fits in
It
this.
fits
I
right
got
in
you.
there, yes.
Oh,
Okay.
that
colon,
makes
yep,
sense.
yep,
There we
yep.
And a dozen years ago, the town bought these nice bounds to put up in those stone piles up there.
Yeah,
I would suggest that they be used, so just to make those stone piles a little bit more identifiable and official.
Thank you so much for looking over this. When I first saw it, I was thinking, man, I really hope Paul comes in so I can.
Only been at this one project for 14 years, I think.
know.
I know.
Crazy.
So then this should go to the lawyer as, I mean, we've been following Paul's recommendation all along,
And then we'll see what they say.
and then say this is our preference, and have her take the next step.
Yeah.
So do you think that they just missed something, and that's what it comes down to? Or,
I would assume that the lawyer isn't fully up to speed on these crazy little town lines and 300-foot gaps and that kind of stuff.
So maybe just focusing on the Sandwich Tamworth aspect and wasn't paying attention to what that did to the Moultonborough Tamworth.
Probably.
Yeah.
Although he does say in his thing that it will, at a bend in the Moultonborough line.
Yeah.
Well, there's no bend in the Moultonborough line.
Yeah.
it's a point.
2 points. And snap a chalk line between the two.
Okay. So, Emily, are you doing this stuff while Keats is gone, or do you want me to type it up and send it?
I can do it.
Okay, Emily's on it.
Do we need a motion? Or something?
Oh, do we? Probably.
Well, do we?
I'm
Because
trying to
this
figure
is-
out,
We're not sure it's a, because is Sandwich gonna come back and say, no, this is not,
Maybe,
maybe.
I mean, is the argument gonna continue?
maybe, we don't know.
So,
But I think we have to send it to them because
Yeah,
this
Type-
is something
type it
that's
up
not,
and send it, and
yeah,
this is not part of their disputed point. This is adding another wrinkle to it.
Well, it's taking issue with the lawyer's write-up, right?
Right. So
well,
let's.
should we send it to our?
We send it to
Oh, yeah.
our lawyer, we get the feedback, she sends it out to them, and we say, yep, we support this with this correction.
Yeah.
And then they agree and we're on our
And then we're
merry
done.
way.
We hope.
Maybe.
Yeah. All right,
Cool.
Paul,
Okay.
thanks.
Thank you very much for coming in
Yep.
tonight.
Eternally vigilant.
Turned it 9 degrees and shut. Try not to do that again. Just hide mine in the water.
This weekend.
See you, Paul. Take care.
So it looks like just that first sentence,
Well, it's that first sentence in the addition of the entire.
and then this goes in instead of that first
No,
sentence.
no, no.
No, that
Right
gets
where he
crossed off.
blanked
He's-
out the second page.
No, yep.
New Hampshire.
The first indented part where it says beginning. See, I'm looking at what was emailed to us. So he's taken out the first sentence and added this in. So I'm just trying to figure out what else. So we just need to make sure we're clear to the attorneys. He's added new stuff, but if you look at his and what was mailed before it, it's his beginning ... replaces a beginning ... that's here.
Yeah, so it's right after the colon still.
Yeah. And hopefully the lawyers and surveyors can figure it out. Just when you think you're done, you're not quite done.
Yeah.
I know, I thought this was fun.
It's such light and easy reading.
Yeah.
Alrighty.
Moving on to trees cut between town land and Aspinall property.
Yep, so last night at the planning board meeting, Scott asked if I would bring to, Scott Aspinall asked if I would bring to the select board a request. He is the abutter, the property line abutter back here, and right on the line are 5 or 6 or 7 ash trees that have been decimated by the borer. You know, Richard and the crew took some down here and then over at the townhouse this fall. There are more back there, and so Scott was asking permission to take them down. He said it's right on the line. I'm like, well, are they gonna fall? Are they leaning over your line? He goes, no, they're on the line. So yours, mine, whatever, can I take them down? I don't know what we have to do to make that official, but he's a forester. I think he probably knows how to cut them down safely.
Yeah.
Does the town assume some liability by letting a non-town
I
person
don't
cut
know.
down trees?
And there's some liability if he doesn't too, because they could fall on people.
Right.
Yeah.
I just assume, I mean, all the mature ashes are gonna be dead anyway. So you might as
Yeah,
well
they're
take
all.
it.
My opinion is let it, go for it, Scott, but I mean, that's, that's just the way I work.
Yeah.
From a town
Is there any
perspective, who should we have?
Drawback. I mean, I don't have any
Too
issue
bad
with it.
Richard's not still here.
Right.
Yeah.
Would he be the one normally take care
I
of
mean,
it?
they took him down the,
When they know
What-
they're on town land, he has.
yeah.
Then shouldn't we task Richard to take him down?
Or at least let him know.
Maybe we should just ask him about it.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I don't
you can
know.
ask Richard.
Yeah.
Because
Okay.
maybe they could split the firewood because they need some more for the highway department. I don't know.
Yeah, I don't have an issue with letting Scott take them down. It's one less thing we gotta do, but maybe we should just see what.
Do you want me to pass this on to Richard?
Because I don't
Yeah,
know
let's
if
go to
there's any.
Richard, and Richard will
Okay.
probably say, tell Scott he can take
Yeah.
them.
All right.
There you go.
I will
But
pass this on.
Tell them
to
that we're
Richard.
fine with it.
Okay.
Cool.
Makes good fire.
Yeah, it's naturally dry.
Yeah,
Moving on to the signature file.
Administrator report.
Oh, sorry.
those were additions.
Oh, okay. I was lost. Sorry.
Oh.
Administrator report. We cover everything else.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. Yes.
The bank balance, current total of accounts is $2,072,983. This includes accounts payable. And I just want to say that this conference room is going to be closed on January 5th and the 22nd from 8 a.m. to 4 p.m. for the audit and training. So just so everyone knows. But other than that, not much is going on. Just holding down the fort.
So there's no accounts payable to approve? Is there in the?
There is.
Yeah.
It's in
All
the-
further
yeah.
down.
Oh, yeah, okay, got it. Okay,
Um,
now we're on it.
now we're on to the signature file. I make a motion to approve the meeting minutes from November 30th, 2023.
Second.
Roll call vote.
You say yes?
Barry, yes. Schaefer, yes.
Prentice, yes.
Roberts abstains, 4 yes with 1 abstention. I make a motion to approve the non-public meeting minutes for November 30th, 2023 under RSA 91-A:3-2D.
Second.
Roll call vote.
You say yes?
Barry, yes. Schaefer, yes.
Prentice, yes.
Roberts, yes. Did I say 4 yes before? Yes, I did.
Yes.
4. I abstained. Sorry. 4 yes with 1 abstention. I make a motion to approve the retail registration for map 212, lot 23, sublot 7.
Second.
Roll call vote.
You say yes?
Barry, yes. Schaefer, yes.
Prentice, yes.
Roberts, yes. 5 yes, 0 no. I make a motion to approve the 2023 municipal assessment data certificate.
Second.
What is that?
That's the annual kind of report that our assessor pulls for us from the DRA, basically saying where our town stands for an equalization ratio and we're at. It's a low. It's a 52%.
57.
Yeah.
57.
Thank you.
So the assessed value is about 57% of the market.
Market value.
Which I think is usually around 60. That's been my experience. Everywhere in the planet that I know of. But I guess
Well, it's going
We
to
need
change. May change next year.
Yeah.
I don't know
Yeah.
because
with the reevaluation.
all the property's going to be worth so much more.
Yeah.
Um,
But I didn't know there was a certificate for it until this time. I'd never seen
yeah,
it.
that's what I
Yeah.
think.
Yeah.
Maybe it's in preparation
I was
of the reevaluation, or is it annual?
I'm pretty sure you guys signed the same document last year. Our equalization ratio was.
I just don't, yeah, I don't remember
I
it
don't
for some
remember.
reason.
It was it was a year ago. Wouldn't expect you to.
So this will be the 3rd time I've signed it. Maybe I should start to remember this thing. Roll call vote.
You say yes?
Barry, yes. Schaefer, yes.
Prentice, yes.
Roberts, yes. 5 yes, 0 no. I make a motion to approve the intent to cut for map 413, lot 19, access road, meter road.
You going to do all 3 of them?
I'm not.
Okay. Second.
Roll call vote.
You say yes?
Barry, yes. Schaefer, yes.
Prentice, yes.
Roberts, yes. 5 yes, 0 no. I make a motion to approve the intent to cut for map 212, lot 23, sublot 6, access road, route 41.
Second.
Roll call vote.
You say yes?
Barry, yes. Schaefer, yes.
Prentice, yes.
Roberts abstains, 4 yes with 1 abstention. I make a motion to approve the intent to cut for map 407, lot 103, the access road being Philbrook Neighborhood Road.
Second.
Roll call vote.
You say yes?
Barry, yes. Schaefer, yes.
Prentice, yes.
Roberts, yes. 5 yes, 0 no. I make a motion to approve the yield tax on timber cut for map 411, lot 33.
Second.
Roll call vote.
You say yes?
Barry, yes. Schaefer, yes.
Prentice, yes.
Roberts, yes. 5 yes, 0 no. I make a motion to approve the abatement and settlement bills on map
Supplemental bills.
supplemental bills for maps 407, lot 5, map 410, lot 124, map 216, lot 202, map 206, lot 64, map 404, lot 41, map 216, lot 219, map 216, lot 253, map 216, lot 268, map 208, lot 34.
Second.
Wow.
So what?
What happened?
What is this?
So
There-
the
When we did our
Yeah.
we did our switch to our new billing, this is our first time billing through Avatar, and there were a handful, more than a handful of properties where the correct owner information didn't transfer. So basically, the wrong owners got the bill, the new owners didn't get it. So
We're
an abatement is
Giving-
crediting the
yes.
right people and billing the correct people. So
okay.
Thanks.
I was just going to explain an abatement. I didn't actually know the reason for this one.
Well,
but you know
I'm
what an
glad you.
abatement
I'm glad
is,
you.
so I'm
You
proud
said
of you.
it.
roll call vote.
Roll call vote.
You say yes?
Barry, yes. Schaefer, yes.
Prentice, yes.
Roberts, yes. 5 yes, 0 no.
Skip that.
Skipping that one. I make a motion to approve the payroll in the amount of $42,207.56.
Second.
Roll call vote.
Did you say yes?
Barry, yes?
Schaefer, yes.
Prentice, yes.
Roberts, yes. 5 yes, 0 no. I make a motion to approve the accounts payable in the amount of $956,159.14.
Second.
That's on the misprint?
That must be a record.
So not a misprint.
Wow.
Don't worry, we're spending more next week. No, I'm just kidding.
He's kidding with you.
So we paid the county $556,000.
That's a lot.
TCNA $20,000. The school $300,000. And
That's the lawyer.
yeah, the legal $7,000.
Thank you. What did we get from the county?
Just kidding.
A bill.
Yeah, they're building us a new
Not
town.
a homeless shelter.
No, we didn't get a homeless shelter.
Should I
list the responsibilities of the county?
Roll call vote.
Did you say yes?
Barry, yes?
Schaefer, yes.
Prentice, yes.
Roberts, yes. 5 yes, 0 no. The cash used to date is $11,800,143.50. Can't have much left, can we?
We're starting to get them,
Cool.
starting to restock the coffers with tax money now.
Yeah.
Select board update, Richard.
When was our last meeting? In November?
2
Yes,
weeks
it
ago.
was November.
Yeah.
Was
Went fast.
November 30th.
30th.
Okay. December 6th, I went to Concord. There's I guess it's annual, maybe floodplain enforcement training.
Oh, cool.
So Keats let me know about it, so I went down and there's a tiny little office of one person that oversees floodplain regulation in the state. So she was a key person. She's like the only person who can help you understand, okay, when are they updating the maps that apply to your town? How do the regulations work at the state level, and what are we supposed to do at the local level? So that was very, very basic, but very useful for me, because floodplain regulation in New Hampshire is a new thing for me. And it looks like the floodplain map that will cover this county will be updated in a year or two. So the floodplain lines may change a little bit. But it was very informative. Keats and I did a couple of interviews for the code compliance agent, and that was interesting. Went to a Conservation Commission meeting on Monday, the 11th, and not a lot to report there. And Steve and I did go and look at a piece of land in Tamworth that could theoretically be a future site of a new transfer station if we choose to move from the one we have to a new one. So we've been there twice now. And I've asked that to be put on the agenda for next week for a conversation about it.
Great.
And so anybody who, on this board, who won't be here next week, let me know, and Steve or I can sit with you and catch you up.
Yeah.
I was supposed to make a meeting with you guys. Sorry, I missed that. I ended up getting tied up.
And it's good that you didn't, because then we would have had a quorum there. So it's good that you didn't show up.
I didn't think about
And
that.
I didn't think about it either.
No, I couldn't even have zoomed in. Send me a picture.
But it was
Yeah.
it was very informative. And so I feel we could gathering some more data, and we'll discuss it probably in public session next week.
Great.
Carl.
Can I ask a question before you get too far?
Yes.
Why are we looking at more land for the transfer trade?
Might be cheaper
It might be cheap.
to buy this property than to fix the one we have. Believe it or not.
Yeah.
Might be cheaper. Then we can sell the old one and make some money.
Yep.
Anyway,
When we have a conversation,
Come-
are you going to be here next
Come
week?
next week.
come next week and you'll hear all about it.
I guess I'll have to be here next week.
You're gonna yes.
That's
All right, so I was supposed to attend a library trustees meeting, but I couldn't make it, and neither could my alternate,
Alternate.
but I did get the minutes. So there are just a few things that of interest, the library's holiday open house will be on Saturday the 16th from 11 to 1. Music, crafts, cookies, coffee, and tea. Grant application 2024 Sustainable and Resilient New England Libraries for $15,000 to fund installation of energy recovery ventilator system on the existing HVAC will be submitted soon, before December 18th. So that would be cool if they actually got it. And a grant request for automatic door openers was submitted on the 11th for $10,000 because they've got a double door in the library. So, and that was it. Points of interest.
So other than touring around the property twice in the last 2 weeks, done a bunch of research on bathroom wash station options for the current transfer station. So I'm hoping to bring those to the TSEC meeting Monday.
Monday,
I think it is.
yeah.
And that's about it for me.
So, Keats and I have been working with I've got to find this so I can give you the dates. Working with the attorney on the personnel policy, and besides the things that we added and changed, there was actually like an enormous amount that had to be updated. So the plan is tentatively now that we need one more review of some changes with the attorney. We're going to do that in early January 4th. Hopefully the board will Keats will email the draft to the board on the 5th. We will have a discussion at the January 11th meeting, so it'll be on the agenda. And assuming that it's approved, we will share it with the employees in early February, and we're still working out the logistics of having an education session that employees can come to if they want to hear about the updates to the policy. And it would be adopted after town meeting. I mean, it would go into effect after town meeting. So any changes have been would be prorated to reflect that start time. So that's been a huge amount of work. Keats has been great. Elaine has been fabulously helpful from the HR point of view and the financial point of view. She's been in some of those conversations. Had LRPC exec board meeting this week. And before the meeting, I had a conversation with Jeff Hayes, who's the executive director of LRPC, and just kind of talking about, I was trying to get up to speed with what the exec board does, because I'm new on this, and that kind of morphed into conversations about things that we're working on in Tamworth, like the transfer station improvement, but also the sewer. He was really interested in both and had some great information and contacts for the sewer, which I passed on to Hillary Bear. Hillary's been in contact with him. That will be useful for a lot of direct DES connections, maybe above or side by each of the person that they're currently working in, who my understanding is like doing his best, but is new to the position, so he's kind of learning as he's going. So we might want to move up the food chain a little bit. And Jeff is he's facilitating that, which I think is great. DES, we went to an LRPC commission meeting that the DES presented at, and their big thrust is clean water and sewage that allows for towns to have the development that they want and need for housing and for the economy. And so the fact that this is kind of holding up both seems like it should be something the DES wants to aggressively work on to resolve. So that was handy. Last night we had the second hearing on the planning board subdivision regulation updates, and so if you change anything in a draft, the planning board's a different kind of legal entity. So if you change it, if you change anything substantive, you have to have another hearing to let the public have a chance to see the change before you approve it. So you can't, even though it's a public hearing, you can't approve it then. You have to let the greater public see it. There was only one change, and it was substantive. Like, substantive is anything that's not like a capitalization, basically. So that'll be presented. The planning board regular meeting for the month is the 27th at 6 p.m. and the first agenda item is going to be this hearing. The updated draft is going to be posted on the website, so anybody who wants to see that can take a look. And the last thing is that the Veterans Committee, Shauna Peterson, who helped with the Veterans Day presentation, has taken over as the chair, and we have 2 new volunteers who came forward. Sorry, I can't remember the woman's name, but Mark Fournier was one of them, and he's very involved with working with vets. He does a fishing program, so he was excited to, do you know him, Mark Fournier? He was excited to help out. So that would be great. And so thanks to Shauna for stepping in to that role. That's enough.
I'm just getting back into the swing of things. I've been away for what seems like a month, so really no update for me tonight, but thank you everybody that came out to the meeting.
Yeah.
Moving on to public input.
Back on the transfer station. I am not gonna be next Thursday. Can you give me a little more information, or?
Can we fill in there?
Sure.
at all?
Are we just in the hearing?
Oh, yeah.
Planning
Just-
stations?
just
Or-
gathering
You're
data.
shaking your head, no.
Just looking around,
The
right?
when
We
we were
are just looking around,
Yeah.
that's it.
So we've been working with an engineer to try to redesign the transfer station where it is now. And we noticed that there is a metal recycling facility in Tamworth that's for sale.
Yeah.
So we went and looked at it. And we're trying to figure out, could we move what we do over there? That's it.
And you think that's gonna be cheaper than
Yeah.
what you've got now?
It might be. It's not what we might do now, but if we rebuilt it. If you try to build a new building, it's very expensive. And it may be cheaper to buy somebody else's building than to build your own.
You're gonna give us more information, right?
Oh, sure.
Yeah.
If anything happens, it's a long way off.
This is, just exploring the options.
Just look
Is
and
there any
see.
other public input?
That's all I got.
Thank you,
That's
Bruno.
enough.
Is there any other public
This
input?
is Maureen. May I make a comment?
Yes.
Hi there, and welcome back. I am a bit frustrated lately at understanding your schedules. Tonight's schedule, I knew from a personal email with Keats when I was trying to understand upcoming meetings that it was likely not to start, the public hearing wasn't likely to start till 5:45 or 6, in her opinion. I welcomed that input. But when I went to your agenda from the calendar site, the link that you provide, it said nothing about a non-public at 5 p.m. It had a non-public at the end of your meeting. And I find this very frustrating. And to realize that Amy had to wait for an hour before she could present, she had the same misunderstanding that I did. And I happen to know that 2 presenters on November 16th thought that they were presenting at 6. When the meeting time had for a while been changed to 5 p.m. So I think there needs to be some better communication with the community and better, I realize it's extremely difficult for you to predict how long a non-public session will last, and it is, I want to accommodate your needs as hardworking public servants, but I think the public needs a little better understanding of what the schedule is going to be when you do meet. I do appreciate all of your work very, very much. Thank you.
Thank you.
I just wanna say, one thing that's hard about non-publics, like in this case, sometimes we can have the non-publics at the end of the meeting if it's only concerning information that we need to discuss. But in this case, all three of the non-publics had, other participants, and to ask them to, come back at 8 o'clock or try to guess when the meeting is, it seemed like it was more respectful to them to start, so.
I mean, I
And
will
my
say.
point being,
Yeah.
is that tonight's schedule says nothing about a non-public at the front end of your meeting. It has non-public at the back end. That was my confusion.
The
So,
agenda that's posted online shows the
that
call to
got it
order.
from the calendar page.
Yeah, I'm not sure, Maureen, because I just pulled it up and it shows a 5 p.m. start time. It says call to order, and then it says changes, additions to the agenda, and the non-publics are listed right there.
But you said you're looking at the calendar section, correct?
This is the
The link
agenda
from
that's attached to the
calendar.
calendar. Yeah, that I'm looking at. So I don't see any non-publics at the end, like as you're saying.
Well, perhaps when I looked at 5 p.m. it was different than what you're seeing now. I don't know.
Yeah.
But, I do appreciate your work. I just wish there were a better way of understanding when a public session is really going to start.
I don't see why we couldn't just put
We
that at the top of the agenda.
We need to assign times to things whenever we can.
Okay.
Yeah.
We'll do that.
And I would just say that, the trick with that though is, so if we said, the select board meeting starts at 5, and then we go into non-public, and let's say those 3 meetings were done in 20 minutes, that means we have to sit here until 6 o'clock. We can't start the meeting if it's posted that the public, I don't know how to do that better.
I think, so the difference is from when we were starting at 6, is that normally when we started at 6, if we had non-publics before the meeting, we'd do them at like 5, 5:30,
Yeah,
and then the meeting would always start at 6. Well, now that we're starting at 5, we haven't been. It's not like we're doing the non-publics at 4
Right,
and
I see,
4:30.
yeah.
We just start at 5, and then sometimes we have non-public, sometimes we don't. So I think that's the confusion.
that's the confusion, yeah.
So I guess we could just make that more clear week to week.
Yeah.
Kind of that we have 2 non-publics and maybe like
Estimating
Estimate,
time.
yeah.
Yeah, can we put an approximate start time, but not?
Yeah, I mean, because I personally like starting the meetings this time of year an hour earlier, just because it's dark already anyway.
Yeah.
But starting at 4 is not really realistic.
Right.
Yeah.
So I think that's the biggest
We
difference.
could put approximate times, knowing that when the non-publics are done, we will go into regular session.
Yeah, do we have to spell that out in the?
I think we'd spell it out,
Some
so
kind of
people
narrative.
until people get used to it, yeah. Yeah,
Sounds
I think we
good
can
to me.
write that. So what do you think of that, Maureen, if we write estimates with the caveat in writing that when the non-publics are done, we'll go into general session?
I understand.
Does
That's a good approach. It's very difficult to be precise, so I understand. I
Okay.
appreciate an effort to give us an approximation.
Okay,
Great. Thank you very much. Is there any other public input? Hearing no other public input, I make a motion to go into non-public under RSA 91-A:3 to
C.
C.
Second.
Roll call vote.
Did you say yes?
There, yes?
Schaefer, yes.
Prentice, yes.
Roberts, yes. We are now in non-public at, God, the glare.
6:51.
6:51. The glare from the light, I can't see the clock.
So I'd sell a bunch of poultry and get paid with checks, and I'd have to
Oh, yeah.
Oh, yeah.
endorse every one of them because I didn't have a
14.
stamp.
One of the gun manufacturers my buddy used to work for. He used to
Make
work at
motion,
SIG.
oh, you're not
And
set
so-
up yet.
And he left SIG.
I make a motion to come out
Used
of
to own the American
non-public
Armament
at
Corporation.
7:02, 7:01
Anyway, so the
7:01
company
p.m.
Second,
Sorry. Roll call vote.
Did you say yes?
Very yes.
Schaefer, yes.
Prentice, yes.
Roberts, yes. 5 yes. 0 no.
I don't know.
Who called it?
That's single signature.
And the
We're
minutes are
now
not sealed.
out of non-public.
We are now at a non-public at 7:01 p.m. Motion to adjourn.
Minutes are not sealed.
Are all
Close
these-
calls.
Oh, no, that's different. Minutes are not sealed.
Is that a single signature?
That's
Yes.
single signature.
Yeah.
Very good.